Oh, what is going on, guys? Today I have a video to you about Infinite Warfare, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to improve your aim on the game in general. This includes the beta, and the full game, and you can carry this over onto the full game. But after playing for a while, I've kind of gathered, how to improve your aim, and in this video I'm going to cover that. Now, the gameplay, I was using the MV4, very good, solid overall assault rifle, and I suggest you all use it. Supposedly you probably have, being the first weapon on the assault rifle list. Now, obviously the Infinite Warfare servers have been very, very poor as of late, and this is really the only gameplay I've got, so apologies if videos aren't up to standard. Now, if we get straight into it, nice kill right there. How to improve your aim. Now, I've used a few weapons. I've used 2 assault rifles, and I've used, I believe it is, 1 submachine gun. Now, the best way to improve your aim, obviously, the game is a lot of, boosting around and all that, but I suggest you use a low sensitivity. It's the best way to go, because if you have a low sensitivity, you're going to be able to catch on and stick with your targets a lot easier, rather than, a simple small movement, taking you across the screen. You can make smaller, precise movements, and your aim's going to be a whole lot better if you, play that way. Now, with the guns in general, the submachine guns are naturally the ones that have higher recoil, as you'll see here on the screen in a minute. Submachine guns have higher recoil, and assault rifles generally have lower recoil. Now, this means that assault rifles are going to be a lot more accurate. Obviously, dependent on the sort of gun that you use, you'll have to look into all the stats, all the recoil stats and all that. But, just generally stick with an assault rifle. Are often those that are most accurate. Same with, 3-round burst weapons and all of that. Now, if we look at the way you want to play, if you're playing really aggressive, I know you'll see some bits of gameplay where I'm playing aggressive like there. Your aim's going to be naturally worse. If you're sitting back, if you've found a comfortable position, your aim is going to be a whole lot better. Generally it just takes a lot of practice. The more you play the game, the more practice you get, the better aim you'll get. Simple as that, really. That was a crazy snipe there. So yeah, pretty much, just practice and, play a little more defensive to begin with, just get the feel for the game, as this really was like my second or third game. Beginning to know the layout of the map now, so that's a lot better. If we, move on to, your movement, I suggest not really using the movement to the advantage, because, when you're jumping up about, as you'll see a couple of times in this video, your movement will affect your aim. It's going to make it so much harder for you to get your aims on point, and if you stick to the ground, you don't have to worry about jumping. Obviously, if you have some equipment like a scuff, etc., you will find it a whole lot easier. But jumping and using your exo, boosts in general, will make your aim significantly worse. Now, if we, it sounds kind of obvious, but it's very important, and it really does actually affect the way I play. So when you're sat towards your TV, if you're quite far away from the TV, you often can't get really good feel for the aim. Same when you're up close, you can really get a good, field of view, and it can affect your aim. You'll be quite surprised actually how much it does. So as for me, I sit about a meter to probably a meter and a half from my TV, depending on the size. Make sure you're feeling comfortable, because if you're feeling agitated, if you're not in a comfortable position, you're not naturally gonna feel good while playing the game. The more you feel comfortable, you can just enjoy yourself and play a lot better, and be able to concentrate a lot easier. Your aim will become significantly better. Next, this is probably going to be a short video to the one about how to be good at Infinite Warfare. However, what I do suggest as well if, you know, obviously if you're just going to play the game for fun, that's fine. If you guys want to take it a little more serious, then I suggest, you know, investing in some good equipment. And by this I mean a SCUF controller. It's just going to enable you to win more gunfights. It's going to enable you to use your exos, your you know, your boosts, and I was hoping for a triple right there, but you know, you can use your boosts and jump and aim it all at the same time. Really convenient, and obviously that itself isn't going to aim, but it's just going to make you a better player. God knows how I didn't win that gunfight there. Strange. And probably one of the most important bits of equipment you can use is a grip and control freaks. Control freaks are one of the most important bits about you know, improving your aim, because with the control freaks, what they do, they increase the length of your thumbstick height. Now what this does is make sure that when you're aiming, you can make smaller, more agile adjustments, rather than, you know, moving your thumbstick slightly and you move 90 degrees across the screen in terms of your view. So control freaks make your aim a whole lot more precise. They're really good to use, and they're pretty cheap as well. They're about £10, and they are you know, price that, you know, they actually last for a while. So they're not some, you know, cheap bits of equipment. That was another nice kill right there. That's really it for on how to improve your aim. It's not really too much, is it? It's kind of a vague subject, but there's not really too much to talk about. Again, another nice kill there. Just giving you kind of the best tips for those that are fairly familiar with the game. And that's really it for this video. So next video, guys, coming out will be an how to improve your KD video. For those that, you know, are familiar with the game, you know, those that are good at the game, and you know, I'm just going to give some extra, you know, tips just to help you improve your KD, because, you know, you might be at a 1.8 KD and you're wanting to you know, get a 2 KD, for example. So you know, I'm going to give a few tips on how to improve your KD, which will be the next video. Make sure you check out the how to be good at Infinite Warfare video. Just a few tips right there as well. And that's all for today's video, guys. Drop a like if you did enjoy this video and found it useful. Subscribe if you're new, guys, and I will catch you on my next video.